Our top story today from the gatewaypundit.com. Lol. No, not for CNN, but President Trump snubbed CNN's Kaitlan Collins during a cabinet meeting. We're covering this amazing story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and this is the Gateway Pundits Week in Review, where we cover the top stories of the last 24 hours. What's going on at CNN? President Trump snubbed CNN's Kaitlan Collins during a cabinet meeting, Jordan Conradson reports. Well, it turns out the Trump administration's favorite punching bag, Kaitlan Collins of CNN, got shut down again during the president's sixth cabinet meeting on Tuesday. Collins attempted to ask a question, but this time, instead of letting her ask and then slapping her around with his response, the president just said, "No." Not for CNN, he added before pivoting to other reporters with a question. Obviously, you know President Trump has frequently sparred with Collins in the White House and slammed her disrespectful behavior and biased questions. The president has also shown no favor for other CNN correspondents at the White House. As we remember Jim Acosta in the first administration? That was crazy. The performative nature of these people is absolutely insane. They go out and it's like, This is why, look, we have Jordan Conradson, who's in the White House. I want to announce the fact soon there's going to be a new thing going on here at Gateway Pundit, but I don't want to give away too many details. But if you watch the show on a daily basis, Jordan Conradson and I have a thing together, and neither of us are gay. We have a thing professionally. We're going to be putting together a really cool project, so stay tuned for more information. But I remind myself that it's so good that we have people like Jordan in the White House. Am I right? Because, we need stories like this to show what's really going on. Now, we have the interaction. I want to play it for you. Check this out.
No, not for CNN. Not for CNN. Go ahead.
In the last jobs report, Mr. President, in the last jobs report, the manufacturing jobs actually lost 7,000 jobs. When will the investments that you've been talking about have an effect?
Well, they're building the plants now. About 7 have started. We're going to have hundreds started within a short period of time. Lee Zeldin, who may be the most important man in this room, I'm sorry, but he's the one that gets the permits, whereas he's the one that has to get the permits for the plants and the factories, and permits that used to take 5 years, he's getting in record-setting times. AI, we're leading China a lot in AI, and if we go with this, I'm allowing the plants to build their own electric. I'm allowing them to become an electric utility, so they can produce their own electricity, because we need double the electricity.
See, it's not for CNN. We are not going to be giving them our attention. It's very important that we remember that in the midst of all of this, CNN has shown us time and time again that they're not for the American people. They're not even for the Jewish people. They're not even for the Muslim people. They're not for the people. They're for the lizards who are in power. And I say that jokingly because, of course, we get called the conspiracy network, but after watching the Epstein cover-up, I'm proud to be called a conspiracy theorist, because if I wasn't, then what would I be? I would just be a part of the cabal, a part of the regime. It hurts my heart to say that, I don't know what Trump's doing, but I'm definitely afraid. And obviously a lot of men are not standing up because we are witnessing a generational decline in men's testosterone. Guys, pretty simple. I want to tell you about a product. It's called Man's Edge, and you've got to check this out because we are feeling the persistent fatigue, diminished strength, reduced libido, mood swings, and an overall loss of vitality, keeping you from feeling like your best self. But you've got to take control of your vitality now with Man's Edge from Neutronics Labs, the natural solution to support healthy testosterone. Now, it's got all the ingredients fenugreek, IGF-1, NO2, the things that help increase your testosterone by 5-10%. But thanks to this new carbon delivery method inside of this product, patented by Americans for Americans, you now can get up to 98% absorption, which then increases your testosterone up to 46%. This isn't just for lighthearted people. If you want to get your libido up, if you want to perform better in bed, if you want to get your grip strength up and be more of a man, pick up Man's Edge right now on auto ship at ElijahIGF1.com. That's ELIJAH, the number 1.com. So ElijahIGF1.com, promo code Elijah. It's buy one, get one free on auto ship. Plus, you get an additional 10% off. So you get 2 bottles, 60% off. And why are they selling it so cheap? Simply put, they know that you'll keep ordering it because it really works. It works pretty damn well, almost too damn well. Your libido could be too high, honestly, and that's not a bad thing. But let's get going on this. Pick it up now. Links on the screen and in the description. Now, that being said, breaking news. The FBI launches a criminal investigation into Obama-era spymasters John Brennan and James Comey. Former CIA Director John Brennan and disgraced former FBI Director James Comey are now under criminal investigation by the FBI for potential wrongdoing related to the now debunked Trump-Russia collusion narrative, including allegedly lying under oath to Congress, according to bombshell revelations from DOJ sources obtained by Fox News. According to DOJ sources, CIA Director John Ratcliffe formally referred evidence of Brennan's misconduct to FBI Director Kash Patel for criminal review. Meanwhile, a separate FBI probe into James Comey is also active, though details remain under wraps. Sources told Fox News that the feds are exploring a potential conspiracy between Brennan and Comey to politicize the 2016 intelligence community assessment. The Gateway Pundit reported last week that a new CIA report reveals former FBI Director James Comey, CIA Director John Brennan, and DNI James Clapper worked together to purposely corrupt the Trump-Russia investigation in 2016 before Trump entered office. The three corrupt Obama officials even included the Steele dossier in their quest to screw Trump, knowing at the time that the Steele dossier was complete rubbish. For the next 3 years, Democrats and deep state operatives used these documents in their attempt to impeach Trump and run a coup on the White House. According to Fox News, the probe is said to focus on Brennan's false statements regarding the infamous Steele dossier, which was secretly funded by Hillary Clinton. Now, I remember when I was in Los Angeles, and I was at Austin Fletcher's house. Flecka's, he's a creator. You should check him out on YouTube. He's fantastic. If you like comedy, dark humor, and looking at what's going on in culture, check out Flecka's Talks on YouTube. It's an incredible thing. Note to the producers, let's make sure we put a little link in there to the channel. But I remember he was telling me, he's like, dude, there's this dossier, right? He was like, this can't be real on Trump. And, you know, we talked about the Russia collusion, what was going on here. And I remember thinking, I was like, man, all I know is I voted for Trump. I want him to make America great again. And I don't believe any of this baloney. And it's hard sometimes for me when you look at this to see that there's been no accountability. Like, we're talking about Epstein today, that there's no accountability. There's been no accountability on the Russia hoax. Like, they had riots and protests, and they made us undermine our electoral system, telling us that Russia rigged the system. And it turned out that it was all based on lies, and nobody went to jail. And I saw a funny joke that said, you know, Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail for 20 years for having imaginary friends. You know, it's a really funny statement. She's had, like, it's like you're lying to our faces, but then there's no accountability. And then you ask yourself, you know, it's like, well, why, though we control the House, the Senate, the judiciary right now, and the Supreme Court and the executive, can we not even put people in prison for some criminal activity on the other side of the aisle? Maybe we're working together. But it can't, I don't look, you guys are all MAGA. You guys are all MAGA, right? And I'm not an anti-Trump guy. I've been pro-Trump. I voted for him in every election. I think he won all the elections. I always say that. But I just don't know what's going on these days. It seems a little bit like somebody's got the power over our government, and it isn't the Trump administration. Why would we not do everything in our power right now? Do you know that almost every Republican man, when he's interviewed, agrees with door-to-door knocking? It's like 77%, knocking door-to-door and asking people to show proof of citizenship, and if they can't, detaining them and then deporting them. Like, that's what we want. And instead we get Ted Cruz throwing insults at Tucker Carlson for interviewing a world leader. Like, it's like, that's what we get. It's a bad trade deal. That being said, Blood Red Sea, Houthis stage a second deadly attack to cargo ship in 2 days as rebel Yemeni group releases complete video of the attack and sinking of the Magic Seas. If anyone still had any doubts that the Houthis once again became a real threat to shipping in the Red Sea, the second cargo ship attack in 2 days ought to settle the issue. Oh, that's crazy. Dude, that sucks, man. You know, terrorism is a voice of the unheard. And before you call me an apologist, I just want to quote a great book, Where the Right Went Wrong by Patrick Buchanan, you know, where he explains, you know, we're in a war against terrorism. This is very hard because now oftentimes terrorism is just a word thrown around for smaller regimes that don't have any way to legitimize themselves. But I will say attacking civilian infrastructure is an act of terrorism. But it's also like, perhaps we should ask what the Houthis want. And I don't saying you say we don't negotiate with terrorists. I'm not saying negotiate. I'm saying, why are they attacking these boats, right? And we talk a lot about we got to destroy the Houthis and this. Has anyone talked about why the Houthis are attacking the boats? Because maybe we should listen to the Arab radicals for a moment. Listen, I didn't say negotiate. Listen and find out what it is that why they're doing this. And then if for some reason, rather than continuing to fund the military-industrial complex and bomb the Houthis, which I don't like Islam. Maybe some of you are as Muslims, but I'm a traditional right-winger. I'm against Islam. It's like, is there anything we're doing in the world that we could also stop doing that may prevent these attacks from happening? Like, is there any wars that we're funding that we don't need to be involved in? Any countries that we're supporting that we don't need to support? Like, what if instead of just bombing the Houthis and watching civilians die on ships, we thought about the fact that what's the cause of this? And maybe the cause is not negotiating. So it's like, we don't negotiate with terrorists. We're trying to find a solution to a problem. And are bombs the only solution? I don't think so. Diplomacy is important. So again, negotiation, no. We don't give them what they want. But diplomacy, meaning, is there things that in our own volition we could do to stop the attacks or not do to stop the attacks? Maybe we should think about that. Check out this stuff here. Watch. Did that boat just split in the middle and go down? Reminds me of the Titanic. That being said, guys, I have good news. The Trump Never Surrender gold sneakers are bold. They are a patriotic statement, and they have a gold finish with red and white blue accents. Comfortable, durable, and lightweight. They're perfect for daily wear and sparking conversations. The Never Surrender slogan inspires resilience, making them ideal for Trump supporters or bold style lovers, limited to 1,000 numbered pairs. They're exclusive and collectible. Grab yours today at themagaoffers.com/GP. That's THEMAGAOFFERS.com/GP with up to 15% off using our Pundit's link. Act fast. They're selling out now at themagaoffers.com/GP today. Click the link on the screen in the description, guys. These will make a great addition to your office. Like, I'm telling you, some of you are not so young today, and you're like, what the heck would I do with these? These are cool accent. You got a boys' room, you got a den, you got to put these up on the wall. I mean, legitimately, they're very cool. But also, if you got a young person, buy them for your nephew, buy them for your family member. This stuff's amazing. I would pick up a pair. Everyone in the studio has complimented these. Even my producer, Mike Mendoza, was just telling me how much he thought these were like the coolest shoes in the world. So make sure that you pick up a pair today, and don't wait until it's too late. There's only 1,000 pairs available, so you got to make sure you get those while you can. Lastly, too embarrassing to air, a comedian reveals Kamala Harris gave such a weird and disastrous interview that it never saw the light of day. Jim Hoff reports the former vice president turned perpetual gaffe machine Kamala Harris just added another entry to her blooper reel, and this one apparently so disastrous that even her own handlers begged to deep six it. TikTok star Kareem Rahama, host of series Subway Takes, revealed on Forbes' Top Creators show that a 2024 sit-down with Harris was spiked after she unleashed a really, really bad hot take. Bacon is a spice. Check this out. We have a clip here that I want to play for you. And tell me what you think about this. Watch.
Her take was really confusing and weird and not good. And so mutually agreed that we shouldn't publish it.
I see.
And I got lucky because I didn't want to be blamed for her losing.
Her take was that bad?
It was really, really bad. And it was like didn't make any sense. I can tell you. It was bacon as a spice. Bacon as a spice.
Bacon as a spice.
Bacon as a spice.
You think that was her opinion, or you think she had like a research group try to figure something that's
research group? Because originally the take that I was pitched was great. And it was that she does not like to take her shoes off on airplanes.
Okay.
And I was like, 100% disagree. You better be taking the shoes off. Like, I wear Birkenstocks on an airplane so that I can flip those mother effers right off the minute I get on.
But you got to have nice socks. You can't have like ratty socks.
Yeah, you can't have foot. No foot.
No foot.
No
No
skin.
skin.
No skin and nice socks, no holes.
Yeah.
But I wear Birkenstocks. I flick them off 45 minutes into the flight. Even if the flight's an hour and a half, I flick them off.
Yep.
No shoes. And I was like,
she's flying Air Force One, even as vice president.
but in the past,
Yes.
I mean, you're either shoe taker off or you're not.
Yeah.
Are you a shoe taker off?
No, I'll take them off if it's like a red eye, I'm sleeping. But otherwise, I keep them on.
Oh, that's difficult stuff. You should try it.
I'll give it a shot. I feel like it's just like gross down there. Everyone's feet in the bathroom and that kind of
You
stuff.
put them on when you go to the bathroom.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's like the rug. Those rugs are still like there, man.
No, you don't take walks.
Well, what do you think about people do go to I see like sock bathroom people and that freaks me out.
That's awful. That's disgusting.
That's not even a take.
I would never,
It's just
ever,
bad.
ever do that.
Bad news.
But yeah, and then at the last minute, I think research group said this makes you look rich and snobby,
Okay.
and you need to appeal to the American people. So she went with the bacon, and I tried to pause the interview and say, "Trust me, we shouldn't do the bacon thing." And I was overrided by this guy, who was maybe her deputy campaign manager or something.
Okay.
He said, "We're doing bacon." I said, "All right, we'll do bacon." And then an hour later, I got a call that said, "We can't do bacon." I said, "I know you can't do bacon." But then I tried to cut it into something else.
Okay.
It just wasn't working. And I was like, you know
So
what?
they overrode the bacon themselves.
First they rode the bacon, then they overrode the bacon. Then I tried to override their override by saying, I didn't just do all this work for no reason. I'm going to make it work. And then I did make it work. And then they were like, this makes her look. And I said, whose fault is that? And then I was like, if I post this, a lot of people are going to be mad at me. If I don't.
Insane. I mean, but it's no surprise, right? These people are sham from top to bottom. Now, if you like these reports, don't forget to join our mug club. Check it out here at thegatewaypundit.com. We will have a graphic for you tomorrow. I know I told you we'd have one on Monday, but unfortunately, our graphic guy died. So, no, I'm kidding. No, it's just we just forgot. But we'll get it to you guys. That way you guys can know where to click, what to do by tomorrow. Because I want you guys to join the mug club, get exclusive content like I mentioned. You know, one of my producers may be starting something soon. It may be for Mug Club members only, some additional content. It may develop into a public show. You may see some things going on, but I feel like we offer you guys more. So make sure you check it out. And I've also said too, you know, there's also like breaking stuff going on, and you support independent media and journalism. So grab this mug today, sign up on our website. When you go to thegatewaypundit.com, the way that it works out is this. You will see at the top of our page, you can go get ad free right here. And when you click get ad free, you can join the Mug Club. So that's really cool. And if you ever just want to watch these videos, you can get them here on our website directly on the Gateway Pundit videos. I'm Elijah Schaffer. Have a great rest of the week. And may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.